President Donald Trump walked into Iran war with high confidence and a 4 to 6 week deadline. However, his strategy of aggression and conciliation has failed to force Iran into a deal. From the end of civilization threat to claiming that Iran has agreed to accept US's demands to hand over nuclear dust and opening of the Hormuz Strait, Iran is counteracting Trump's efforts to claim victory. With the deadline of a 14-day ceasefire approaching, the U.S. president is finding himself in a difficult situation. He risks putting U.S. troops in the line of fire if the situation escalates, especially after a U.S. F-15E fighter pilot had to be evacuated from the Iranian soil. A hostage scenario could dent Trump's presidential legacy, but withdrawal without victory would also have a negative impact on his polling numbers. Since the beginning of war, Trump's statements on Iran reveal a pattern. The pattern shows belligerent and conciliatory phases. Between 11th of April to the 13th of April, Islamabad talks collapsed and Trump imposed counter-blockade on the Strait of Hormuz. The narrative flipped to conciliation for the next 3 days. On April 16th, U.S. brokered a ceasefire in Lebanon. On the 17th of April, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said the Hormuz Strait remains open. The narrative once again flipped on the same day. Trump said Iran has agreed to hand over nuclear dust and will open the Strait of Hormuz. However, the President of the United States said naval blockade on Iran would remain in place. In response, Iran reimposed restrictions on the Strait of Hormuz. Now, Donald Trump has reiterated his warning to hit Iran's power plants and bridges. At the same time, Trump has dispatched his representatives to Pakistan, where they are expected to hold negotiations or talks with the Iranian side. Iran's parliament speaker and lead negotiator Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf says his country seeks a lasting peace with the United States.
Of course, negotiations, without any doubt, the very purpose of negotiations is ultimately for the two sides to reach an understanding. However, for us, the fundamental point has been what we referred to earlier. Despite this lack of credibility, we have acted in good faith. Our aim has been to achieve a lasting peace that includes guarantees that this issue will not be repeated.
With the next phase of Iran-US direct negotiations scheduled in the coming days, a range of possibilities remain open between now and the end of the ceasefire. Extension, escalation, or an ultimate deal. The President of the United States is seeking an exit from Iran. That does not look like a defeat.